Alright folks, let's talk about something that'll save your life more times than you can count in Death Stranding 2. Weapons for dealing with human enemies. Now if you thought BTs were your only problem, think again. From the deserts of Mexico to the outback of Australia, mules and bandits are everywhere, and they're not exactly rolling out the welcome mat for Sam. These guys see your cargo and immediately think it's theirs. And worse, they don't mind killing you to get it, which means a potential void out and boom, another BT mess to clean up. But here's the good news. Death Stranding 2 gives you the perfect tools to shut that nonsense down without going full John Wick. The best part? Most of the top-tier guns are non-lethal, which means you can keep your hands clean and avoid triggering any catastrophic BT fallout. So in this video, we're diving into the best weapons to use against human enemies, how to use them smartly, and why knocking people out is way better than wiping them out. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Strand might look like just a piece of thread, but in Death Stranding 2, it is one of the most reliable tools you can carry when facing human enemies. What makes it special is that you get it right at the beginning of the game, and it never runs out. That's right, no ammo, no durability meter, nothing to craft or reload. You can just keep using it over and over again, which makes it a perfect go-to weapon when you're trying to deal with mules or bandits without drawing too much attention. What I really like about Strand is how versatile it is. You can sneak up on enemies and quietly take them down with a stealth bind. Or, if things get messy, you can actually use it mid-fight to parry attacks and immediately tie them up. It feels super satisfying to counter an enemy's swing and then instantly flip the situation in your favor. You feel like a delivery ninja, silent, smooth, and always in control. And since it's non-lethal, you never have to worry about contributing to any unwanted timefall-triggered consequences. Another great thing about Strand is that it lets you stay light. You are not lugging around extra gear or explosive weapons just to handle a few thugs on the road. Since it is always available and takes up no extra cargo space, it helps you stay mobile, which is key when you're trekking across harsh terrain. Whether you're going full stealth or just trying to keep things quiet during a delivery, Strand is one of the best tools to have on hand. It is simple, effective, and always ready, just like a good delivery should be. Combat Power Gloves are exactly what they sound like. Gloves designed for punching people into next week. You get your hands on them after completing Main Order 19 at the F2 South Distribution Center in Australia. And from that point on, things get a lot more fun when it comes to dealing with human enemies. These gloves were originally made for the Golden Fist, so you know they're not just for show. Every punch hits like a truck, and with the added electric charge, you are not just knocking enemies out. You are practically shutting them down like a short-circuited drone. What makes these gloves even better is how well they fit into both aggressive and stealthy gameplay. If you want to go loud, you can walk straight into a group of mules and start throwing hands, knowing you have the power to drop each one in a few quick hits. The electric shock adds that extra edge, stunning enemies and making them easy pickings for follow-up strikes. It feels raw, fast, and super satisfying, especially when you're surrounded and still come out on top with nothing but your fists. But it is not just about brawling. These gloves are sneaky too. If you can slip up behind an enemy, one well-timed button press is all it takes to put them to sleep without a sound. That combination of stealth and raw knockout power makes the Combat Power Gloves a must-have for anyone who likes to mix it up in the field. Whether you're sneaking through the grass or charging headfirst into a fight, they are the perfect tool for turning the tide in your favor. Sometimes getting up close and personal just is not the move, and that is where the Trank Sniper Rifle comes in clutch. You unlock it after completing Suborder 100 at the Lone Commander in Australia, and from that point on, it becomes your best friend for taking out enemies from a safe distance. It is non-lethal, which means you are still playing nice, but now you are doing it with some serious precision and style. This sniper rifle is built for players who like to keep their distance. With 2 different zoom levels and a built-in breath hold function, lining up the perfect shot feels incredibly smooth. You can sit on a cliff or behind cover, mark your targets, and start putting enemies to sleep one by one without ever setting foot inside the camp. Sure, it is not silenced, so you cannot fire it recklessly without consequences, but if you are careful and strategic, it is a game changer for stealthy play. What I love most about this weapon is the freedom it gives you. You no longer have to rely on sneaking behind every single guard or sprinting through a camp with your heart pounding. With the Trank sniper rifle, you control the engagement. You set the pace. It is the perfect tool for players who want to stay out of reach but still completely dominate human enemies from afar. If you are the kind of player who likes to get up close and personal, the shotgun is absolutely your weapon of choice in Death Stranding 2. You unlock it after completing Main Order 11 at the Musician in Australia, and from that moment on, things get a whole lot more intense. This is not your typical shotgun. It's non-lethal, but it still hits like a freight train. Whether you're dealing with cargo thieves or a full squad of mules, the shotgun clears the area fast and loud. What makes this weapon so satisfying is how it complements a more aggressive playstyle. Pair it with armor plates and a boost skeleton, and you can basically charge right into enemy territory like a one-man wrecking crew. Each blast from the shotgun deals heavy damage to enemy consciousness. Yes, that's a thing here. And can even punch through armor. The spread is wide, the fire rate is quick, and the impact is undeniable. You're not just fighting back, you're sending a message. And even though it is a loud weapon, it still fits into tactical play. Sometimes stealth just is not an option. Maybe you got spotted, maybe you need to defend your cargo fast. That is when the shotgun shines. It gives you the confidence to turn defense into offense and clean up an area without worrying about lethality or wasting time on precision. If chaos is your comfort zone, this is the tool you bring to the fight. If you are ready to go full Rambo in Death Stranding 2, the machine gun is where it's at. You unlock it by completing Main Order 24 at the Pizza Chef in Australia, and honestly, it's worth every bite of that virtual pizza. This weapon is loud, heavy, and absolutely devastating when you need to clear out an entire mule camp without holding back. Compared to the assault rifle, the machine gun packs way more punch and way more ammo, which means you can keep firing while the enemies scramble for cover. Now let's be real, this thing is not built for subtlety. The recoil kicks like a mule, pun intended, and once you start shooting, you are committing. It is not great for precision shots, and you definitely feel the weight when you are trying to move around with it. Your mobility takes a hit, but in exchange, you get a weapon that floods the area with bullets. If your strategy is more overwhelm and conquer than sneak and strike, then this gun has your name on it. The best part? You do not have to worry about reloading every few seconds. With such a high ammo count, you can afford to miss a few shots and still come out on top. It is a brute force solution, and sometimes that is exactly what you need, especially if things go sideways during a mission. So if you are tired of playing it safe and want to send a loud message to every mule in the region, grab the machine gun and let it roar. The assault rifle in Death Stranding 2 is your all-purpose answer to just about every human enemy problem. You get it automatically at the start of the game, which is perfect, because you are going to need it right away. It uses rubber bullets, yes, rubber, but don't let that fool you. These things hit hard enough to knock mules flat without the messy consequences of lethal force. So whether you're cleaning out a camp or protecting your cargo, this weapon keeps you efficient and non-lethal. What makes the assault rifle so reliable is its balance. It has a solid rate of fire, manageable recoil, and enough ammo in each mag to handle most threats without constantly reloading. It is not flashy, but it is smooth, fast, and incredibly satisfying to use, especially when you are trying to keep things under control, but still want that power trip moment. The sound of rubber bullets tapping helmets as mules hit the dirt one after another? Music to any porter's ears. And let's not forget, it is versatile. You can play aggressively, push into enemy territory, or stay back and pick off targets one by one. It works well with almost any build, whether you're geared for speed, defense, or somewhere in between. It is the kind of weapon that quietly becomes your best friend on the road. No frills, no fuss, just a dependable rifle that helps you say night-night to anyone who tries to mess with your delivery. The SL Trank handgun is an absolute must-have if you're someone who prefers stealth over chaos in Death Stranding 2. You unlock it by reaching connection level 3 with the Lone Commander in Australia, and once you get your hands on it, sneaking through enemy camps becomes a whole different game. This silence tranquilizer pistol lets you drop enemies one by one without alerting the rest of the crew, and that silence, it is golden. You can move like a ghost and leave behind nothing but snoring mules. What really makes this weapon shine is its size and weight, or lack of it. The SL Trank handgun fits right in Sam's pocket and barely takes up any cargo space, so you can bring it along on any delivery without compromising your loadout. It's light, quick to draw, and simple to use, which makes it perfect for tight situations where you do not want to start a fight but still need to defend yourself. Sure, it has a limited range, but if you're patient and position yourself well, it more than gets the job done. There's something oddly satisfying about watching enemies drop silently after one clean shot. Whether you're clearing a camp or just trying to make a safe path through hostile territory, the SL Trank handgun gives you control without the noise. It is the kind of weapon that rewards careful planning and precision, and it feels great to use. For players who enjoy tactical approaches and want to keep things quiet, this little sidearm packs a serious punch without ever saying a word. The Bola stun gun might just be one of the coolest tools in Death Stranding 2, and it's absolutely worth the effort to unlock. You'll need to pick up some lost cargo for the inventor in Australia and reach connection level 4 to get it, but trust me, this little gadget is a game changer. At first, the inventor does not seem like he's offering much, but once you get this weapon, everything clicks. It's sleek, non-lethal, and fires electrically charged bolas that wrap enemies up and knock them out instantly. What sets the Bola stun gun apart is how fast and effective it is. The moment you hit an enemy, they are done. No struggling, no backup alerts, just instant takedown. And the best part? It works regardless of what kind of gear the enemy is wearing. Armor, shields, raincoats, does not matter. One bolt and they are down. Combine that with its quiet firing mechanism, and you've got a stealth-friendly tool that makes infiltrating enemy camps feel effortless. This weapon really shines when you want to stay silent, but still handle threats head-on. Unlike traditional bolas, the stun gun adds that electric punch that guarantees results. You do not have to aim perfectly or hope for a headshot. Just hit your target and move on. It is a no-fuss, high-reward kind of weapon, and once you start using it, you will wonder how you ever snuck around without it. Whether you're clearing a path or rescuing stolen cargo, the Bola stun gun makes you feel like you're always one step ahead. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.